Hello everybody, I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, and Japanese to high schoolers out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and I have been adapting the Guided Language Acquisition Development Techniques, GLAD, for my secondary classroom. And I'm going to tell you one more thing about the sentence patterning chart, which I really, I think it's the very best thing that I ever took from GLAD. So just recapping, you've got your sentence patterning chart. It helps the students know like where things go syntactically wise. Okay, so you got your noun, your adjective, your verb, your adverb, and your preposition of location. And here's Spanish, and here's Japanese. You've got your adjective, your noun, your location, how they did it, and your verb right here. And again, just showing you how it could get filled in. I really like to have the students have things in their hands as much as possible. I never want them sitting passively listening to me. I want them manipulating something. So I ran down to the workroom and I grabbed colored paper that corresponded to the colors of the sentence patterning chart. Okay, just grab all the colored paper. And I didn't give them any yellow paper because for the yellow paper, I printed on cardstock a bunch of cards, and we were using these cards in other games, so it wasn't like extra work for me. But I made sure to print them on yellow cards, yellow cardstock, and we cut them out. And because we also were, we were talking about food and where you get your food and how you get your food. Since one of the big books I made was about eating at home and cooking in your own kitchen, I added some pets that the students would also have. So there's cat and dog and goldfish and a couple other things in there. So we had a really good batch of nouns to work from. All right. I have the students rip up the colored paper into long columns. So it looks very much, they're basically going to make a sentence patterning chart right in front of them. Okay, and then they brain dump on their long ripped paper everything they can think of. Oh, you got the blue paper, brain dump all the adverbs you can think of. Oh, you got the green paper, brain dump all the verbs you can think of. Okay, and we did it paper by paper, but every student had every single color. Okay, and then they arranged them in front of them, which makes it more concrete, right? And then I come around to the table groups with my yellow cards. Okay. Sometimes I gave it to partners, and sometimes I said, okay, this table you get a random thing. Oh, you get le client, la cliente. Okay. Write your sentence about that. Or maybe I do it to partners. Okay. Partners, you get le caissière, the cashier. Okay. Or whatever I had just done. Write 3 sentences about a cashier using what you have in front of you. You can work together or you can have them not work together, whatever you like. If you have enough cards, of course, you can give each student a card, okay? Sometimes we play a guessing game where, okay, you've written a sentence. Let's see if we can figure out which of those yellow cards goes with the sentence that you wrote. But I'm going to be quite honest. My high schoolers, they just want to write goofy, dumb sentences that make no sense whatsoever, but they are grammatically correct. So I don't even care. So we don't normally, sometimes we do the guessing game, but usually they just want to make dumb sentences. The guessing game will deteriorate into silly things, which is just fine by me because they're writing so many sentences. They feel super confident about their sentence creating abilities, which is really all we care about, right? All right, now because I want this to be a living document, I'm going to show you something that fizzled. And we're still working on it. For some reason, when the students are working together, that's like really good training wheels. But I don't know. Everyone wants to blame things on being post-pandemic, but I'm not so sure. But at any rate, when the students are working on their own, somehow, because I couched it as this is a test, this is a quiz, somehow they didn't meet the cognitive demand of it. Okay, so I told them it was a special verb test and verb plus test. Okay, and I said, take out your colored paper, arrange them in front of you like adjectives pink, then verbs, then adverbs, and location. Write a sentence for the following 3 people. Okay, and then I randomly drew 3 yellow cards. The student didn't write down what they were. I should have chosen one where it shows what they wrote down. But at any rate, they forgot to, hey, adjectives have to match the subject. Okay, that was pretty good. But this student totally forgot, hey, your verb has to get conjugated. Your verb has to match the subject. And then this one just totally forgot to put their adjective here and the adverb. And at the bottom, I always give a challenge question because I really want to push them. This is how I push my high flyers to work harder while they're waiting for everyone else to catch up. So I'm really happy this one tried the challenge question because these other ones didn't. And I don't know why. Because I'm like always encouraging them, do the challenge question. Because even if you mess up something here, maybe you got something here, right? And that's how I kind of like preload some of the harder stuff. Challenge column, they didn't conjugate the verb correctly, which was really weird because we'd been doing this weekly in our weekly verb quiz forever. I don't know if they just panicked during the test. I don't know. So at any rate, that's my caveat. I'm still working on that, still trying to get them there. Okay. And in our next episode, I'm going to show you something entirely different, which is the GLAD cooperative strip paragraph. Sometimes they abbreviate it CSP. And again, if you want to write up, it's at studio-nemo.com or on the Duolingo Educators Network. You can ping me at either of those two places or write comments down below. Help me figure out why my quiz went awry. Hope to see you on the next episode.